Well, hello, and welcome to this episode of Learn Everyday English, the road to English proficiency. We're in the backyard today and not in the studio, as you can see, and it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. As Mr. Rogers used to say, you may not know who he is, but hey, Google him and see what comes up. He had a show on TV where he would talk to boys and girls, and he would use that phrase, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood." And it's real sunny. The sun's out, the skies are clear, it's not hot, it's a little bit cool, so it's a beautiful day. So what I'm going to talk to you today is about something that I need to do here in the backyard. And that is take care of the birds and also take care of the plants. But before I get into that, if you like these videos, hit the like button to subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and tell your friends. And I want to let you know I have a web page up now that's at www.learneverydayenglish.com, www.learneverydayenglish, all one word.com. And there you can find links to the YouTube page. And I also started a podcast. I hope to come out every week or every other week. And you can access the podcast from the web page, and also you can access the Facebook page from there. Also, I have a link at the top of the page that says podcast resources. So if you want to listen to the podcast, I'll have like a sheet or a page, like a vocabulary list or definitions, some type of resource that goes along with the podcast. You click that link at the top of the page that says podcast resources, and you can download, say, a vocabulary list and follow along as you listen to the podcast. But without further ado, we're going to talk about what I need to do today to take care of the birds and the plants. So let's get going. Well, as you can see, this is my backyard. And it has a lot of landscaping, we say. That means it has a lot of plants. And my wife likes plants. But what I'm going to do today are two specific things. I'm going to fill the bird feeders and fill the bird baths. And also I'm going to fertilize the potted plants. So first of all, let's walk this way. And I'm going to go here, and in front of me is a wall, but this wall has a specific name. It's called a retaining wall because the wall retains or keeps the earth or the dirt from falling into the yard area. And right here in front of me is like a temporary gate, I would say. And it's just made out of wood, and it has a specific type of name. It's called a lattice, or sometimes maybe a trellis. And it's really where people mount this in the yard, and they can have vines or plants climbing or growing up the lattice, but I'm using it instead for a temporary gate because we have dogs, and I do not want the dogs to, say, get up top here or get on the top above the retaining wall, because they would damage or destroy or mess up the plants that are here. But here I'm just going to remove this and move this to the side. So now you can see in the retaining wall, the contractor who built it, he also built steps out of these stone blocks. So I'm going to go walk up top here. And that's common, we say in English, walk up top. So now I am standing on the top, and I can look down into the backyard. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here. And as you can see, I have several items here in the backyard. This red thing here is a hummingbird feeder. And I put hummingbird nectar in that so the hummingbirds will have something to eat. But it's late in the season now. I think most of the hummingbirds have gone back down south. But what I'm going to do specifically today is I'm going to fill the bird bath. This is called a bird bath. This is made out of like concrete type material. I'm going to fill it with water so the birds will have something to drink and something to take a bath in. And then over here, this is called a bird feeder. And I'm going to fill it up with bird seed. It has some bird seed in it, but it's getting low and I need to fill it back up or refill it. Also, what I like to do on the bird bath is just clean it out a little bit. It accumulates a lot of leaves and other debris that falls from the trees. Then I'm going, let's walk over this way, or this away, as sometimes we say in Texas in the South. And I'm going to walk through the plants here. As you can see, I have another bird bath over here. And I have another bird feeder as well, so I need to fill this bird feeder too. And also what I'm going to do, since I'm here, we have a lot of what's called potted plants. They're called potted plants because they are located in pots. And there are different types of pots. Some are plastic pots. Some are what we call maybe clay or ceramic pots. And what I'm going to do is add fertilizer to some of these specific types of plants. So my two favorite types of plants are this plant. It's called a hibiscus. It grows well here in Texas, and it gives you some very beautiful flowers that bloom pretty much throughout the spring, the summer, and the fall. Here's another hibiscus. As you can see, it has a beautiful pink type, pinkish red flower on it. Have some more hibiscus here. But these are my favorite plants, and these are called plumerias. Plumerias. They usually bloom. I think it's getting a little bit late in the year, but they have a lot of pretty flowers that are very, what we say, fragrant, very fragrant. That means they have a very nice smell to them. So I have 3 plumeria here, and they're a tropical plant. They grow in Hawaii and in the tropical areas and parts of the Caribbean. So I'm going to add some fertilizer to them. So here I am at the storage shed. I'm going to open the door and take off the padlock. This is called a padlock, and slide the door open because the door is a type of sliding door. And I'm going to get the bird seed. Move this out of the way. Okay, I keep the bird seed in this plastic container here. Let me move this outside. You can see I keep the bird seed inside this plastic container. We do that because we don't want like insects getting into it and eating the bird seed and kind of just getting all over the place. And also inside of the here I have some fertilizer. So this is fertilizer for the hibiscus plants. As you can see, it says Nelson Plant Food, Hibiscus Food, and Flowering Tropicals. So this is a special type of fertilizer made just for hibiscus plants because it gives them the exact nutrition, as we can say, or nutrients that hibiscus plants need to grow and flower. And then this is plant food specifically made for the plumeria. As you can see, plumeria food and flowering tropicals. And this is the bird seed. It usually comes in a bag. So I open the bag and then pour the bird seed in here. Then I use this cup to fill up the bird feeders with. So we're going to go back over to the backyard, and I'm going to go ahead and fill up the bird feeders. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this cup and I'm going to use it as a scoop to scoop up some bird seed, as we say, scoop up some bird seed and fill the cup, and then take the cup over here. Now I'm just going to pull this top off and open this up and then pour the bird seed in here. Usually takes 2 cups to fill it up. Maybe a little bit more. It's like it took a little bit more than 2 cups. So there we go. So now the bird seed is filled all the way to the top. So that should last a while, maybe like a week or 2. And I'm going to do the same thing, I guess, with the other bird feeder. So I'm not going to show you that. But now I'm going to go and get some water and fill up the bird bath. So now I'm here over at the where I call the water faucet, and I'm going to fill up a bucket with water. So you can see over here, this is the bucket I'm going to use to put water in. And here is the what we call the water faucet, or sometimes it's called the spigot. And attached to the spigot is a hose, we say, or sometimes we just say a garden hose. And on the end of the hose here we have a nozzle, spray nozzle we use to water the plants with. Okay, now I'm going to fill the bucket up here with water. Now I have a bucket full of water. Let's walk back over here to the bird bath, or the bird baths, since we have 2 of them. And I'm just going to fill up the bird baths with water. See if I can do this and hold the GoPro and pour the water at the same time. Let's get the idea there. Fill that up with water. Let's walk over here and fill the other bird bath with water. So now the birds have an ample supply of water, we say. Ample means like it's sufficient amount of. And I find that the birds, there are a lot more birds that come to the backyard if there is a source of water. Because of, like I said, the birds like the water or need the water to drink and also to take a bath. So now what I'm going to do is to fertilize the hibiscus and the plumeria. I'm going to go ahead and start fertilizing and do all of the hibiscus plants. Looks like we have 4 of those. So I'm going to take the hibiscus fertilizer, which is this one, and open this up. Well, this is the hibiscus fertilizer here, and this is the plumeria fertilizer here. What I'm going to do is use, this is called a scoop. And a scoop, and a lot of times in English, a word can have a name that is a noun, but can also be used as a verb. So this is a scoop. It's a device, so I can stick it in, and I say I can scoop up or pick up the fertilizer. So I'm going to use this as a scoop to scoop up the fertilizer and just put the fertilizer in the plant. I'm just going to spread it or scatter the fertilizer around the plant.
Go ahead and get another scoop and spread it again. I usually put 2 scoops in each plant.
Let's go to the next hibiscus.
I'm going to scoop some more out of here. Spread it around the plant. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other 2 hibiscus plants.
Okay, now I put 2 scoops of fertilizer in each hibiscus plant. Now I'm going to take the plumeria fertilizer, which we have right here. I'm going to use the same scoop. Let me take this with me. Walk over to the plumeria. Like I said, I have 3 plumeria plants. I'm going to take a scoop, and I put 2 scoops of this also in the plumeria plant. See, I just called spread it, or really sprinkle it. I sprinkle it. This is the second scoop. I sprinkle the fertilizer. I'm going to do the other 2 plumeria plants the same thing. Well, that's it for today's episode of Learn Everyday English, the road to English proficiency. Hope you like that, or I hope you like this video, something a little bit different. I was able to get outside, or we were able to get outside and show you something a little bit different. Maybe you learned a few new vocabulary words, what things look like here in Texas. And if you like the video again, hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget about the podcast and the webpage at learneverydayenglish.com. So we'll be bringing you more videos. So until next time, from Learn Everyday English, we'll see you later. Hey, goodbye.